Boker Tov, I hope this message finds you well. We find ourselves in the Yemei Ben HaMetzarim, the 3 weeks, the time in which we commemorate the destruction of the Beit Hamikdash. Now, why did this happen? Why did this terrible tragedy befall the Jewish people? If you ask anybody on the street, they'll tell you, Sinat Chinam, baseless hatred. The truth is that if you look at different sources in Chazal, there are many answers provided for why this happened, why this tragedy befell the Jewish people. And I want to study with you over the next few weeks, each day, a different explanation. Let's start with Abaye in Masechet Shabbat. Daf Kuf Yutet, Abaye says, Lo charva Yerushalayim ele bishvil shechalalu bat Shabbat. Yerushalayim was destroyed because the Jewish people desecrated Shabbat. Yirmiyahu Hanavi castigates the Jewish people. V'imot tishmo elai lekadesh et Shabbat. If you don't sanctify the Shabbat, v'itzati eish b'shareh, I will burn down Yerushalayim. The converse is also true. We're told in the Gemara, if the Jewish people only keep 2 Shabbatot in a row, miyad hein nigalin, we will be immediately redeemed. Not observing Shabbat and observing Shabbat leads to exile or redemption. Why are Shabbat and the Beit Hamikdash so closely connected? The first answer is, of course, is that Shabbat is the lifeblood of the Jewish people. Shabbat is perhaps the most important mitzvah in the Torah, and therefore we have to keep Shabbat. But there's another explanation based on Abraham Joshua Heschel's book, The Shabbat. Heschel explains that in Judaism we revere time more than we do space. When you sanctify space, this ultimately leads to idolatry. And in Judaism, we consecrate time, we sanctify time. This is what we call Shabbat. Whereas we focus less on physical space because godliness is much more associated with time, which is ethereal, which is beyond physical limitation. Now, Shabbat, then, is the true sanctuary. It is the true Beit Hamikdash. And what Hashem is telling us, if you don't observe my true Beit Hamikdash, the Shabbat, the sanctuary in time, you don't even deserve a physical Beit Hamikdash in Yerushalayim. Why is this meaningful for us today? Sometimes we associate Shabbat observance with going to shul, being in the physical space of our Beit Knesset Shiftei Yisrael. The truth is that Shabbat transcends and exceeds the physical space of our Beit Knesset. We are supposed to bring and infuse the 25 hours of Shabbat with the spirit of Shabbat, the way that we speak, the way that we walk, the way that we talk, the people we engage with, the food, the way we eat our food, the things that we do in our time of Shabbat. Everything is infused with this religious awareness and consciousness of Shabbat, which goes well beyond and transcends the physical limitations of our Beit Knesset. And therefore, in times of Corona, when we're not able to be together as a community, this is a time to improve our Shabbat observance, to cherish Shabbat, to love Shabbat, and recognize this great gift that Hashem has bestowed upon the Jewish people. Please God, through observing Shabbat better, we will merit to rebuild the third Beit Hamikdash. Wishing you a great day. Kol Tov.